Hey guys, Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and I've got a question for you. What do you do when the sales just stop? Yeah, he doesn't know. Garfield doesn't know what's going on. And I didn't know what was going on earlier this week. We just had the valve shut off. I mean, it was rough on eBay. I mean, we're part-time, and I have that luxury. I'm not counting on this to pay the bills, but I've kind of over the last year grown accustomed to having 5, 6 sales a day, maybe 7, in that ballpark. It's just kind of how it works. And if we get 3 or 4, that happens every now and again. But typically, I think we probably average between 5 and 7 a day. And sometimes pretty good sales in that mix. Well, starting Friday of this last week, it just stopped. We were halfway through Saturday, and I had 4 sales, Friday, Saturday, and it was like $10, $12 free shipping, right? So it was stuff that was just, we weren't making any money. I'll cut in here in a second and I'll show you the little bar graph. I'll go to the seller hub and I'll show you, I'll show you what we are used to. Now, grant you we're coming off of good Christmas and all that, but January is supposed to be pretty good, right? Everybody's spending money that they got over Christmas. And it started that way, but then everything just all of a sudden dried up. Friday was terrible. Saturday rebounded a little bit. Sunday, I had 3 pretty good sales, or 2, at least 2 of them were on Sunday. One really good sale, like a $100 flip off of a Halliburton case that I picked up for $5. You might have seen that in one of the previous videos. Picked that thing up for $5 at the little old lady thrift store and took an offer for $102.50 plus shipping. That thing saved our weekend. Otherwise, it was going to be a terrible weekend. I thought, you know what, Monday, it's going to rebound on Monday. Didn't happen. Tuesday, didn't happen. In fact, yesterday, this is Wednesday now. Yesterday on Tuesday, I went to the post office and the lady looked at me and says, "Now, don't you normally bring in your big duffel bag?" Yeah, thanks. When the postal workers notice that you're not bringing in as much as you usually do, you're not bringing in as much as you usually do. So, yeah, that brings us to today, because today has been outstanding. One of the better weekdays, middle of the weekdays that I think we've had in a very, very long time. Certainly one of the best Wednesdays that we've had in a very long time. I am glad I started packing stuff early. I'm going to show you all of the stuff once I have it packed up in my duffel bag so I can bring it to the post office today. I've been packing stuff up because I didn't have any other orders from yesterday to pack up. So I've been packing the orders that came in today, and we're going to drop them off same day, which is always good if you can do that. I get good feedback when people get their stuff back faster than expected. So let me show you what this thing's going to look like. Okay guys, so here we go. This is my my big bag of packages here. It's an old military bag that I picked up at an estate sale. Liked it too much and just keep it and use it primarily for toting packages around. So we have, see, it's still got, actually, this is pretty cool. It's gonna fall off before too long, but this is the old Northwest Orient. So somebody still had their tag on it from when they came back, which is pretty cool. So how about that, right? This thing, we got 13. So look at our numbers here. Let's go back. I mean, see, these were a couple big days, right? But this is like a normal week, right? $83, 152. That was a good day. 79, 87, 174, a little bit slower, and then we had a dead day there. That was bad. Look, that was a Wednesday. Then we jumped back up, so that was a really good day. We typically, I bet we would average about $100 a day. But see, look at this. We went like $200 a day for a while, right? And then after a string of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 great days, 7 of 8 great days. And even that day, we still made $100. So really, 8 straight days, right? An entire week of things looking really good. Look what happened on Friday, $32. Okay, and then Saturday, 60. One of those $50 of that was one sale. Okay, so not good on Saturday. Sunday with that Halliburton case we picked up. Sunday saved us. We had a sale of that. We had a sale of some $50 shoes. We had $200 in $150 in 2 items. So that saved us. Monday was okay, but then yesterday went back down again. I thought, what is going on? Today, guys, we're up to $312. This is the best day we've had in a very long time. So what happened? I don't know. That's eBay. I mean, that's the short answer, right? Nobody really knows. And the thing is, all during this little cold spell, I've been doing the things that you're supposed to do, right? You buy a couple things, you run a sale. We're doing that. You promote things, send out offers. I've done all these things, guys. Lots of offers, running a 15% off sale. Before we started selling today, we were pushing 800 items. I mean, I think we have 770 items listed. So a lot of items listed, price points from like $10 all the way up to like 750. So we have lots of options. I don't have a niche. So we have all kinds of things in the store. I mean, every box we check says we should be relatively steady, right? We don't have a lot of seasonal things. I mean, we do have some seasonal things, but not everything is seasonal. So we're not dependent on that. Things should be going, and there's just no rhyme or reason why they weren't. So what did I do? Well, I mean, one, I didn't panic, right? I mean, eBay is a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down. You just absolutely never know. I see a lot of times people get on there and say, I am just convinced that eBay has throttled my account. eBay shut off my account, whatever it is. eBay, I can't imagine that eBay does that. Why? Because eBay only makes money when we make money. Guys, they take their percentages, they get their promoted fee when we sell something. They get their cut of our sale when we sell something. They don't make any money unless we do. So there's no reason why they're going to slow down your account. Now, I guess it would make sense if, frankly, you're a really bad seller. You have a whole lot of bad feedback. Maybe something like that. You could see why. Okay, they're making your stuff not seen. I don't know that they do that, but you could see where that would make sense for them on a customer service basis, right? But for everybody watching, I know you guys are good sellers. I know you guys are conscientious sellers. They're not going to do that to your account because then they're just shooting themselves in the foot. So what then? It's the market, right? You don't know. There's the almighty algorithm. Like I said, I was doing everything I could. I was buying, promoting, sailing, sending out offers. I kept list every day. Through that stretch, I was listing, I think we put up probably 40 or 50 new items in the last week and a half. I've listed a lot of stuff, and it still wasn't triggering anything. Now, this morning, we started the Reselling Resource Center on Facebook. Sorry, spit that out. Dominic Carone's Facebook group. He has all sorts of events that support sellers, and this one is a fantastic one. I made 3 sales through that today. So that really, really cool. Everybody that bought something from me that's watching this, I sure appreciate that. That's awesome. Very first sale of the day was from my buddy Neutron Bomb. And so maybe Newton, maybe you kick this whole thing off. I don't know, but that certainly helps when you start getting sales. I think, it makes your account active, and maybe that bumps things up on the list. because I made some sales there. I started getting offers, and I was accepting lower offers than maybe I would have wanted. Now, I did that a couple times during the week too. I accepted a couple lower offers, but that's also supposed to help, right? eBay sees that you're willing to work with customers, you're willing to accept a lower deal. Maybe that pushes your stuff up. So maybe be willing to do that. I accepted a couple offers that were maybe $5 below what I wanted, but I thought, you know what? I sourced this thing for $1.50. If I'm selling it for 15 plus shipping, I'm still making a profit. Is it worth screwing around trying to get another $4 or $5 out of it? It's really not. When you've got 750 items, you can make up for it on volume, right? So accepted some lower offers, and all of a sudden things just started selling. Was it the accepting low offers? Was it the RRC members buying some stuff? Was it my promoted listings? Was it my sale? Was it my activity? I don't know. Maybe it's a combination of all those things. Maybe it's none of them. Maybe it's just the eBay roller coaster. I don't really know. But one thing I do know is you can't get upset, right? And you can't blame eBay. Now, if you go through an extended stretch where things just are not selling, I mean, you see people saying, I haven't sold but 3 things in a month. At that point, I think you have to look at yourself, right? You have to turn the mirror inward. You got to look at what are you selling? What are your price points? Because at that point, something's wrong on your end. If those things are, I lost my train of thought. If everything in your store is in track, though, if your comps are in line, the sell-through says it should be good, all of that, you just got to hold with it. And what did I do during this time? I thought, you know what? I'm not packing things. Let's source a few more times than what I normally would. I had the extra time. So I went out sourcing. I found some really good items. One of them got a bid today, too. So 13 sales. Plus, we got a bid. We picked up a Kevin Garnett Boston Celtics jersey, the stitched jersey, which is awesome. Picked it up for $8 just yesterday, and put it up for auction. I already have an opening bid of $29.99. So that's basically another sale that came through today. But I wouldn't have picked that up if I wouldn't have been outsourcing, even though we weren't selling. Now, I was a little bit picky, but I went out sourcing and I picked up some good things. So go out sourcing if things aren't selling. Try to find some things that have a very high sell-through, even if it's a small dollar item. If it sells quick, get it, put it in, get some activity going, right? And list. I used the time to list a lot of the new inventory from the bulk buy that I picked up. We've got, I don't know, we're pushing like 30 things, I think, from that I've already listed, which is really good. We've sold some of them. We've made up at least $100, I think, of that $200 investment already. Go out, get things, stay in, and list them. Just take advantage of that time. Is your shipping center disorganized? Get out there and organize it. Use the downtime. It's going to feel better when things start coming in and everything's all cleaned up and you know where everything is. Is your inventory a mess? Maybe spend some time on that. How about the death pile? If you're not listing it, maybe organize it. We've organized our death pile into bins, and now we've got the death fort because I've got all the bins stacked up. They're all, there's a plush bin, there's a loose toy bin, there's a shoe bin. That way I know what I'm going after, and I can work on one bin. I can empty the whole thing. And then you're listing like items all at once, which is also a good thing, both for eBay buyers and for your listing. It speeds everything up. There are a lot of things you can do. Take advantage of the time. Now, is it ideal? No. I mean, you want to be selling. That's why we're doing this. But it's not eBay's fault. It might be your fault. More than likely, it's just the market, guys. So stick with it. And that's what I got for you. I guess it's just have some faith that things are going to turn around. Don't get discouraged, and take advantage of the time. Okay, I know nothing super in depth, but just some reassurance that things do get better. Tomorrow, things are going to sell, or maybe it's the next day, but things are going to start selling. That's how that eBay works. It can't not. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say I'm done. That's all I've got for you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.